Welcome back to the Pitchin podcast, folks. We're back at my place, just chilling, having a great time so far.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. I'm John Schenkel, one of your hosts.
And I'm Adam Lowry.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, sir. Dude, I had a interesting interaction with somebody on my way over here.
Yeah?
I stopped at a gas station. I just wanted to get, my Baja Blast and my Quick Trip egg rolls,
They got Baja Blasts at gas stations?
They
I thought
do.
that was Taco Bell only.
I don't know, man. They got the bottle.
They sure do.
Yeah. But on my way in, I pulled into the parking lot at the same time as somebody else.
Yeah.
And the dude in the passenger seat got out, and I got out of my driver's seat. And we both looked at each other, and we were like, what's up? And he's like, what's up? How's your night going? We had, a really friendly interaction. He's like, oh, let me get the door for you, sir. And I was like, well, you're such a gentleman.
Fuck yeah.
Now I got to get the door for you. And he was just like, oh, you're such a nice guy.
Just so Minnesota.
Yeah. And then I got my egg rolls. I got my Baja Blast. And I got to the checkout first. And then, the cashier's like, oh, you got a rewards card? And then it's like, nah. And then he, comes running through the store. And he's just like, he's lying to you. That's not everything. He's going to have these two as well. And he puts a couple drinks down. And he's like, and I'm actually going to pay for it. I was like, what the hell? You're such a kind soul. You're trying to get me into your bedroom, sugar,
You paid for it?
No, he did.
He did?
He just came up in the middle of my transaction. He's
So
like, I'm going
to you got his number, right?
No.
Oh, come on, Adam. You gotta go in for it. You gotta just continue on. He buys you your fucking food and shit. You're like, hey, man, can I get your number, dude? Come on. Come on.
I told him where I work. His name was Tony.
All right.
Tony
we
from
got Tony.
Cloquet.
We got Tony from Cloquet.
Tony from the Quick Trip in Cloquet.
Hell yes.
If you ever come across this, come to the new Scenic Cafe.
What was he driving?
I don't remember.
I noticed cars more than people's faces.
Yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't even his car. He was just he got a drink for him and the driver.
Oh, okay.
So
hell yeah.
It wasn't even him. But yeah, he was the nicest dude ever. I was like, where'd you go? Or where you from, dude? And I'm like, I'm from Duluth. And he's like, oh, where'd you go to school out there? I'm like, I didn't go to school there, but I'm a gourmet cook. And he's like, oh, really? It's just a really friendly interaction. And felt like I should have kissed him.
Should have,
dude.
A little peck on the cheek.
Just been like, hey, you made me feel like a princess. Throw my foot in the air while I lean forward.
Yes, dude.
Next time that happens, if I see Tony again, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
I don't care.
You better grab his ass.
I will. I'll throw in the little tongue, dude. Fuck it.
Hell yes, dude.
Yeah, man. That was really nobody's ever done that. I was like, man, I have $25 in my checking account right now. I was about to spend 40% of it on some Quick Trip egg rolls and a Baja Blast. This dude came by, fucking saved me for some dinner, man.
Hell yes.
Legend.
I love it. I like hearing that, man. One of us has got to have some ups. I mean, you've been having the ups, man.
Yeah, man.
I told you guys one of us was going to win the roast battle. And one of us did win the roast battle, but it was not me.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't going to be me. I knew I wasn't going to win the whole thing.
Dude,
but I sure thought I was going to go past the first round.
That crowd wanted blood.
I know.
I should
have told my real I should have told I should have told that killer the last joke, dude.
Yeah.
But I snuffed on the last one, and she told a decent one on the last one.
I think that's all that really matters is if your last joke was good.
Dude, my first two hit the room so fucking hard compared to hers. Yeah. And I still got... I don't know if it's... I might cut this out. I'm going to edit this.
In all honesty, I think my jokes in the finals were probably some of my weaker ones. Because they were very generic. But
Joe whiffed it.
Against her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck did he do? He was stumbling and bumbling, dude. He told two of the same jokes, one after another, basically. And I don't know, dude. I had fucking killer jokes written down, dude. I already went through it with a couple of the comedians around town, showed them and
showed them what you had.
Yeah, and they're like, dude, you should, at least be making it to semis.
Yeah.
I
was kind of disappointed. I went against Kyle round one, right?
Yeah.
And he brought 15 of his family members there.
Yeah, I know.
And I talked to his dad before the show,
Oh,
and
I know, me
he was
too.
like, he was like just being like all supportive. He's like, oh, you're one of the comedians, right? Like he was like asking me a bunch of questions about how it's like how the show is gonna go, and he's just like, I thought you were all gonna like have your own set, and the crowd would judge like your 5-minute set or whatever. And I was like, no, it's like 3 jokes. And then he's just like, oh well, just so you know, I'll be booing you when you go against Kyle. And I was like, okay.
A boo is still more noise, though.
Yeah, and I was like,
It's
fuck
all
it.
off
Boo
of a decibel meter.
Boo as loud as you want, dude.
Dude, yeah, I didn't have any friends that came out for that, dude. I was
too.
so fucked.
I wasn't expecting anybody to come out and support me, but
yeah. I should have just kept my hat on when she and I'm like, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
don't write your jokes based off of that. I guess
there was a joke she wrote, or that Brittany wrote, against John asking to see his hairline.
Yeah,
and then he caved and showed everybody his hairline.
Well, no, it was Sam that I wasn't gonna show her, and then Sam Shorts was like, "Come on, be a team player." It's like this ain't a fucking team thing, motherfucker. Like,
but yeah, like I was saying,
I was a good sport, people. All right, I was a good sport.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, dude.
You were such a good sport that you decided to take it easy on your last.
I really did.
Closing joke.
I really did, dude. Because that last one was fucking brutal. But I'll tell you what, put me in the next fucking roast battle, I got some fucking heat, dude. I'm gonna be writing whenever I think about a roast for one of you motherfuckers, it's getting written down, and I'm gonna just stockpile like a fucking
10 minutes of roast.
Yeah, like 10 minutes of roast.
That's about what I had.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be a fucking hoarder, dude. Like, I'm gonna be stockpiling for the apocalypse. I'm gonna be Joe Mosier, except I won't stumble and bumble on my words.
Dude, the people were on board with I think I did 8 minutes of just roasts after, because the winner.
Yeah, I know. Literally, I was like, wow, I was like, dude, that was 8 minutes.
Yeah,
I was like, that was.
I felt bad because I was like,
I was so proud of you, dude. I was like, fuck yeah, I knew you were gonna take it.
I felt like I should have just because I got 10 minutes total. So after I got done with all of my roasts, the last 2 roasts that I had were on Pete, and they ended on a bit of Pete. They weren't even that strong. I felt like I should have done his before I did Joe's, because people thought Joe's were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I don't want to leave it on kind of people being like, you know. And so I was like, I should just tell this story.
Quick 2-minute
story about this cat. And I don't know. I kind of feel like it was really out of place. And listening back on it, I was just like, why did I do that? Should have just gotten off the stage after 8 minutes and fuck it. You got what you paid for.
Yeah.
So
they did.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I had a great time. That was fun.
Dude, I can't wait for the video. When we get the video, I'd like to put that on the YouTube just so people can see
For sure.
Even if I don't know, compilation of my jokes.
Yeah,
or
we'll
whatever.
just we'll cut it down. We'll edit it down and shit. A compilation of your shit.
I suck at writing stand-up material, but when I have a deadline for being mean to my friends, I can crank out 60 jokes in a month. Yeah.
Yeah, that was killer.
Yeah, speaking of cats.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about that as a segue.
I got a cat.
Adam finally got a cat.
I'm a pet owner. I've been really wanting one.
I better never hear you say you're a dad.
A cat dad?
Yeah, I swear to God, I'll fucking slap you.
I think Kyle called me a cat dad in the.
Yeah, I know, and I pulled back. I pulled myself back, dude. I had it written out and everything. I was like, okay, the roast is over.
Dude, I've had to hold back my.
Dude, I was like, yeah, only if you were as good of a real if you were as he is a cat dad.
Oh no!
Yeah, because he's like, you're such a good cat dad, and I'm like, if only you were to your real kid. No,
damn.
Yeah, just fucking rough,
ruthless.
Yeah.
A week after the roast battle, you still can't.
Dude,
it's Kyle though. I get it.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucking I'm gonna be like that constantly now.
Kyle makes it so easy to fun it, just to make fun of him. He just says the darndest things.
He does.
But
I love Kyle. He's so funny, dude.
But yeah, I got this cat, man. I'm really excited about it. He's chilling at home right now. last I seen, he was dominating.
Little Oscar.
He was dominating his territory. Yeah, man, his name is Oscar. I don't think I mentioned that, but
No.
you just did. Oscar.
Yeah.
He's a gray and white cat. He's 11. I figured when I I don't want to like shop around for an animal. Just kind of feel shitty. There's so many older cats that get passed up in these shelters.
Yeah.
And like if they don't get,
they get killed if they don't get taken in.
And this guy, I mean, so I was looking at 2 different ones. I was looking at options for like a male cat and a female cat. Because there are differences in like temperament and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when the 2 that I was looking at online, they were in the same kennel because they came in together. So they were just like buddies.
Oh.
So they were like, oh yeah, just go in there and like open the kennel and you can interact with them a little bit. When I opened the kennel, the female cat just like started hissing and got real pissed off that I was like in her space, and I was like, you might not be the one. But the guy cat, he was just like all about the pets, man. I stuck my hand out and he came right up to me and I was like, this is the one. This is the one.
Hell yeah.
He's such a sweet little chap.
I had that same moment with my dog Bert that we talked about in the previous episode.
Bert?
Yeah, Burton. Yeah, I named him Burton after a snowboard company.
Oh,
so
yeah,
heavy
yeah.
into snowboards.
How old was he when you got him?
He was like like 2 or 3 maybe.
Okay.
So I mean, he was kind of young, but kind of like he wasn't super young. Like 2's quite old for.
He was
like,
a tween in dog years.
Yeah, and but he came from a family that had like a couple small kids, and I guess he was like kept in the bathroom because he was a purebred miniature schnauzer.
Oh.
So yeah, so they're super protective like over their owners, but Bert didn't really like kids, and I think that's because of like where he grew up, you know.
Yeah.
But when I got him, I had a birthday when I was out visiting my grandma in St. Cloud, and my dad brought me over like around to a couple stores, and we were like looking at stuff like to get me for a present. He doesn't like buying just out of what he thinks you'd like. He'll take you out or give you money.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you can get something that you actually fucking want.
Yeah, those are like the best though.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
It's nice when somebody knows you well enough to give you something that they know you would like, but at the same time, it's like if you don't know somebody like super well, just be like, get yourself something nice.
Yeah,
you know?
And this was back when like Xbox One was the rage.
It's like
2015. It was PlayStation 1 and Xbox One were fucking like the thing, and I already had a PlayStation 1, so I was like kind of looking at an Xbox, you know, and I was like, my dad, brought us around, and then he brought me to an animal shelter, and I was like, okay, we went in there and like looked at the dogs, looked at the big dogs, bunch of kind of aggressive ones in there, fucking barking all over, and then went and looked at like the mid-sized and small dogs where they had them at, and I mean there was this one I was looking at. I think it was a little dachshund, a little wiener dog, but he was like super playful and shit, and I like seen him, and then I was like looking around a little more, and Bert was like chilling in the back of his cage, just like against the back of the cage, kind of like sitting and like leaning.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up to the cage and I kind of just like put my fingers like in through the cage, and he came like creeping up and like smelled my fingers and started licking them, and I was like, okay, I'll like start petting his like little beard because they got little beards and shit, and we like kind of connected right there, and went looking a little bit more. And my dad, like, brought me to another couple of stores or whatever. We're just making a day of the thing since we're in St. Cloud. And we ended up going back because I didn't really want anything else. So we went back to the animal shelter, went back into the room, and I looked in the cage. Fucking Bert's gone.
No.
Like, gone. Fucking not in the cage. And I'm like, my heart just drops.
That
like,
sucks.
And we go back in there. like my dad talks to the people and they're like, "Oh, he's outside right now." Like,
Okay.
I'm like,
He just had to take a shit.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck me, dude. I'm like, I go outside, like, so they let us outside, and as soon as I walk outside, Bert like turned and he seen me and he started like running towards me, and my dad was like, "All right." He's like, "This is it.
Gotta get
This
him.
is it now."
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah. So we went home with Bert.
Nice.
Yeah, his previous owners had named him Harley. I'm like, fuck no, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck no.
My cat's previous name was Meffy.
Meffy.
Yeah, like a drug dealer saying meth, but he has a lisp.
Yeah, no shit. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, Methy.
Yeah, dude, good old Methy.
I was like, yeah, he looks like an Oscar.
Is he like crazy? Oh wait, no, that's what his name was.
His name was Meffy.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, Mephi. So,
huh.
but I renamed him Oscar. They told me he wasn't attached to his name. The cats don't really fuck with. They just react to the sound and tone of your voice. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
just a couple of clicks.
Yeah, click them, or if you meow to them, you know, sometimes.
Just point at shit. Like, this is where I want you to go right now.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to come up on the bed?
You know, clicking works with your fingers. You know, snapping sometimes. Yeah. Well, just like a soft snap, like just to like the movement and stuff, like catches their eye, and they'll be like, come over and like, what's up?
Dude, cats have insane reflexes. Their reaction time.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, cat-like reflexes is like a pretty common. Everybody fucking.
It's a good phrase. Yeah.
But like, it's real. Like
that's why it's a phrase.
I was texting my sisters about getting my cat and like sending them pictures and stuff like that, and they were like, "Oh, like don't bring your cat over for Christmas when I have my dog," because both my older sisters have dogs. Dude. And I'm like, I mean, he's an older cat, so maybe like they could chase him down into a corner or whatever. But like, cats can like punch a dog in the face like 5 times before they even can have time to react. I've seen a
cat on multiple different accounts fuck up a dog.
Yeah.
Just like fuck them up. I've seen a ferret fuck up a dog.
Yeah.
Like, a ferret fucked up a Rottweiler my brother owned. Like, his ferret like fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like, they're vicious. They're if you don't know what a ferret is, if you don't, good luck in life. Because they're like a little muskrat. They're super skinny and quite long. Like, I mean, they're like 1.5 feet. Yeah. They can get like 1.5 feet-ish with their tail.
It's like a rodent gecko.
Yeah, but they got fangs, man. They're like little vampires in their mouth. And when they lock, they lock. And my brother's dog Chip came up to one of the ferrets my brother owned. I think this was Al. But like he was like fucking with him, like trying to like kind of like nipping at him and shit. Yeah. And Al was like had enough, and he turned around and he like latched onto his nose and was staring Chip in the eyes, just staring at him and wouldn't let go. Like, Chip just started squealing and fucking like writhing around, dude, and Al's just locked, looking at him.
Well, it's such a weird scene. It's like, it reminds me of like those dancers who like will, or like ice skating, like partners who are like get off the ground and they're like locking arms while they're spinning around, but it's just a dog with a ferret stuck to his nose.
That's what it was, dude. Just fucking like spinning and shaking. It's like playing tug of war, except it really, really hurt him, and there was no external force pulling him.
Yeah, it was just a pinch on his nose.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Pretty vicious pinch, too, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Al was the shit. So was Chip. Chip was crazy, dude. This dog, up until the day he died, he was like a puppy. I mean, he always wanted to play catch, throw a ball. Like, I mean, he would nag you into it. I mean,
he'd like bring you his ball.
And fucking nudge you, and like while you're working like on shit, because my brother's place, we're always like working on shit and busy, and he fucking want to play. And dude, countless times he like has jumped out of my brother's truck while moving.
Bruh.
Like, dude, he's so crazy. Oh, it was a sad day when Chip passed, dude. He didn't die from anything crazy.
It was just natural causes.
Yeah.
Poor
Like,
guy.
he should have died, probably.
Yeah.
Like, throughout all the shit he did.
It's a hilarious thing to see, like when you have a dog in your passenger seat and he's sticking his head out the window and you're driving like maybe like 20, 30 miles down on like just a town road and he locks eyes with another dog and you can see his head just move while you're moving. And then like the weight of his body, he wants to keep his eyes locked on that dog. So he's just like turning his head more and more until he's leaning out the window and you have to grab the dog and you're like, no.
Chip was like that. Except he
would
fucking
jump.
made that move.
He made that
quick.
move to get out.
Quick.
Going 30 miles an hour.
Fucking just fucking flies out the truck, dude. Oh, he wanted to always be there and do something. It was awesome. Chip was good shit.
I got a friend with a pretty aggressive dog. Like I think he's a pit bull boxer mix or something like that.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I got
some
cat
hair in
hair in my
mouth.
mouth.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, what are you kissing your cat?
No, man, this thing's just fucking
Just shedding
It's a
all over.
long-haired
Yeah, I was
cat.
gonna say. Yeah, it's a long hair.
domestic long hair. But like I was saying, I got a buddy who has a pit bull boxer mix, and she's a very like I'll go over, and she's like he says like she's normally really chill during the day, but I'll just be like hanging out with him, standing like he's got like no places to sit in his house, but like I'll just be standing and he'll be sitting in his gaming chair, and his dog will be like trying to like he's just super energetic because somebody's over that isn't normally over. So like she'll bring up like a toy
Just
right in front of
happy to
me
see you.
and just she'll show me like how badly she would fuck me up if I decided to turn on this on her owner. She's just like has a ripped up little toy that's like been through the ringer, and she's just rattling around
That's
with
such
the thing.
a funny way to think about it, dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like
Oh,
I'm
dude.
chill right now, but you the tone shifts, I'm fucking you up, dude. That's how I read that.
You want to play? I want to play. I got this toy that's really fucked up from me playing with it.
Yeah.
Like, you're my owner's friend. You're my owner's friend. Well, you better be as my owner's friend, or I'm gonna do this to you, dude.
You my owner's friend? If you're not, I will rip your arm off.
Yeah. Dude, years ago, I went over to like a friend's house. You ever
Okay.
been to a friend's
Sure.
house?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you get
I've
brought
been-
by a friend to his friend's place.
I've had that situation before where I have a friend brought me to a friend's house and I ended up being better friends with that other guy.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Dude, but when I got brought to this place, like right as we got there and we are getting out, he's like, "Oh, just a warning. He's got like 3 pit bulls that will assert their dominance, so you have to assert your dominance to them."
What?
I'm like, "What?"
That's like an actual challenge for you, dude.
Dude, I'm
They're
like,
your
I'm
height.
4 foot tall,
Yeah.
bro. I'm like, let's go.
If they stand up on their hind legs, they're your size now.
Bro, I dominated those dogs. Like, I mean, like, I fucking took them, like, they when I walked in the door, they were super aggressive.
Mhm.
You know, like, they fucking were, like, coming, you know.
You're on
not
their
like,
turf.
yeah, they're not, like, biting or anything, but they're just being fucking, like,
Mm-hmm.
fucking checking you out and
Yeah.
shit, dude. But, yeah, like, it was a weird fucking...
It's threat analysis, dude.
It was one of the weirdest things I walked into a house to.
when
Probably.
I first started like smoking weed a lot in college, I would go over to I had a group of buddies, and like one of my buddies, like his brother like sold weed out of their house. Trying not to dox anybody.
Yeah.
But
This was a drug dealer's house that I went to.
this was
That's
a
why
drug
it's
dealer's house that I went to. And it was like 4 out of the 5 dudes that lived there all sold weed together, and then like
just a conglomerate.
yeah, just a conglomerate of weed being sold from this house. But one of them had like a very protective pit bull, and like it didn't fuck with anybody but the owner. Like even the roommates were like, "Get that dog the fuck away from me." But like every time it would be like, "Man, can I stop by just for like a dub of weed?" I was like, "Yeah, just pull through." And like this wasn't even the guy that we wanted to go hang out with, but the dog would just be like around the house, and we'd like open the door, and this dog would just immediately start like biting you as you walked in the door. You're like, "Dude, do something about your dog." And then you just like would hit it or something like that, and you'd be like, "This is not a good situation."
Yeah, no shit.
I'm not leaving without my weed though.
Yeah.
But like I still have the jacket. I remember I stapled my jacket back together because I didn't know how to sew it.
I don't approve.
But this dog ripped up my coat, dude.
Like I don't approve of like how you take care of your dog and how you do that. But I definitely do approve of the kind of weed you get. Yeah. So I'm not gonna mention shit.
Yeah, I'll keep your name out of it because you got good.
Can
shit.
I get $30 off because your dog fucked up my jacket?
Dude, if I buy a quad, will you knock off $20? Your dog ripped up my jacket. I just really want some Gorilla Glue 4.
Yeah, for real. I need to get high. I'll keep myself warm by jogging.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't fuck with like super aggressive pets. Yeah. Dogs just have way too much energy for me. At least at this point in time. Like dog, I can fuck with like a pretty chill dog, but like if it's like a puppy that just always needs to have attention on it. Like I see the way that like my buddy is a German Shepherd that he got.
Those are you have to spend so much there's certain dog breeds you have to spend so much time with, and you have to devote so much energy to, and that's one of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'll hit him up like all the time and be like, "Yo, let's play some games." And he's like, "I can't. I'm walking my dog for the 8th time today."
Yeah.
Like, bro.
They need exercise, dude. The only people that should get German Shepherds are people with land.
Like, yeah, he's like building a house right now.
Yeah.
Down in Florida.
Okay.
He'll listen to this later. He listens
He's
to it.
He's got a long-haired German Shepherd in Florida. That dog is going to suffer.
Oh, dude. I don't know how long his hair is, but he,
they're usually pretty long.
Yeah. He's got a lot of family up in up by us, Wisconsin. So
right on.
When he's in the Air Force, so whenever he deploys, he just like drops off his dog.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Get some socializing.
Air Force is tight. I like flying.
Shout out David, love you.
Hell yeah,
he'll
David.
listen to it. He'll love it.
Hell yeah, David. I've been through half of flight school.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Fly.
Well, you can't.
Drugs.
You got glasses.
No.
Can't fly.
You can fly with glasses.
Not for the Air Force. Can't be a pilot with glasses.
You can do it with contacts.
Are you sure? I feel like your vision.
You can't do it with color blindness. That's the only thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought it was just like you had to have a certain kind of like your vision had to be good enough to be a pilot.
Well, yeah, it does. But I mean, there's latest technology. I mean, shit. You could see into the ages of like 180, 185.
Dude, I saw this nuts video the other day of like it was just like showing like cockpit footage of pilots like experiencing a lot of G-force, and it was like
insane, dude.
And it was like, like 2Gs, 3Gs,
stretches
4Gs.
Your fucking face. It'll make you look old.
Yeah, like it was like 20-year-olds looking like they're 60 and they're like passing out while they're flying. And then they got this like 85-year-old World War II vet. Yeah. Holy shit, I couldn't say that.
Jesus, I had to help you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. They got this vet up there though, and he's flying at like he's getting like 8 Gs. Like,
that's fucking nuts.
And he's just like having a party in the cockpit as an 85-year-old.
His body is so used to it. He probably did that for over 30 years.
Dude, this guy was badass.
He's probably been through so many different types of like airplanes that when that was like that plane, when the Spitfire was the hot shit, when it was like the fastest motherfucking plane out there, he was like, okay, I need something faster. Yeah. Like, it's just like when you get into like a fast car and then you go on a fast bike. That's the fucking difference between like a Spitfire and a fighter jet now.
Yeah, it was crazy to see how like all these people that were like at the start of their high G-force flying, and then this
and
dude
then
at the
while
end
they're like during the G forces,
Yeah.
how it changes. Yeah,
this dude he looked the same, obviously.
Oh, he just passed. Oh, the old guy.
The old
yeah.
guy looked the exact same.
His skin didn't just rip back, and you just see his whole mouth.
He looked younger somehow.
Eye sockets fucking open up a little more. Looks like one of those creepy AI images of people.
Dude, I would love to. I want to get into a plane with like an old pilot who can just like do crazy maneuvers.
Yeah.
I'd pass the fuck out immediately from like 3 Gs.
You
and
think
then,
so?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could probably handle a few G's.
I just haven't been like through any training like for G-force.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless you count like a roller coaster or something.
Well, and that's partially, if you ever been on those, like the spaceship one, that like the Gravitron, where you go against the back wall of it and it spins really fast and you like can't get out of your fucking seat really. That's what it basically is. I mean, they just use an insane version of those for like astronauts and shit. They put them in the pod and it fucking spins around and round and round, and they're like that's them experiencing G-forces.
I saw this
as G-force training.
Yeah. I saw this fucking hilarious video a long time ago of this dude who was on one of those Gravitrons at like a like a town carnival or something like that. But instead of his back being on the thing, he's just standing up where like the headrest is, and he's just like,
oh yeah,
he's just chilling, not even holding on to anything. He's like dancing while this thing is spinning him around, and other people are looking at him like, what the fuck? You're about to get slingshot to the next town.
Fucking. Oh, if that was an open top, fucking no.
I think it was.
No way.
We'll have to find this video.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, have you seen that pretty famous video of like it was like a Halloween carnival, and there was one of those Gravitrons, and it was like the two like zombie dudes dressed as like zombie nuns in the middle.
Oh,
and like they're like running it, and they're like standing in the middle of it while it's spinning around, and like one of them is in the middle kind of just like dancing, chilling, and the other one's fucking like jumping, like, kind of like out on like a little bit outer, so it's like tilting while it's spinning, and he's fucking like catching fucking air, dude, while there's like gnarly music playing. I'm like, yeah, dude,
that's so fucking dangerous.
That's
but if
so awesome.
If you get down though, if you get down after without getting hurt, you're the fucking man.
Yeah,
dude.
Absolutely.
You're the best.
Yeah, that was the hottest shit.
I loved Nate Bargatze was on SNL recently. I don't know if you saw that, and he had this hilarious joke about like about carnival rides. He's like, I don't even know if they're legal because these rides were on the interstate an hour ago. I don't know I don't know if the government even knows about these.
Yeah, right. Do they have planning permission to set this up here? Yeah. Is this legit? Where's the safety inspectors? When did they come through?
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
No,
they don't.
Because this carnival is set up for 3 days, and then
and then they dip out. That's why they do this, so then they don't know where the fuck they are.
Dude,
that's wild to think about. That's funny.
Yeah.
What was he saying? Is that it though?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I'll watch his whole set is on YouTube. It's a great watch, but I don't want to like burn his
say his shit.
For you.
Well,
he says it way better than I ever.
Of
could,
course.
So. What do you mean by of course? You know,
because it's his material.
Oh.
Anybody with their own that wrote their own shit is gonna say it better than a copycat.
Fair enough. Whenever I was like looking at the or like when I was preparing for the roast, there's like I would always not like always, but like I'll look up like roast battles and stuff like that, just like
get some premises or
like inspiration, ideas for like a flow of how to say a certain joke.
Exactly.
Dude, Mike Vecchione is my man.
Who's that?
He's a very like not very well known, but he's a New York comedian.
Okay.
He's got a special that recently came out on YouTube. I think it's called The Attractives, but it's a really good special. But he did like 15 minutes during the roast of Big J. Okerson.
Okay.
I think I've shown you some of that before.
Maybe.
That was back in like 2015, but I'll like rewatch that like whole set of him just roasting like everybody on stage, and his flow and his style of roasting is hilarious. It's very like not under the radar. What's the right word? I guess just like low energy.
Okay.
But like all of the lines are just like killer. Like he says like the most pungent punchlines with the very little effort.
Setup.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a really good one.
Good way to describe it, at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very low energy,
comic.
but like you can tell that like he spent a long time writing.
Right.
Go watch that. Roast of Big J. Okerson. 3 hours of content, free on YouTube.
3 hours?
It's a 3-hour roast.
Holy fuck, dude.
Not all of it is Mike Vecchione, but
well, yeah, I know,
obviously.
but
like Ari Shaffir is on that, Mark Norman's on that, Anthony Cumia is on there for some reason.
I'm sure it's all like mainly unedited of their roast. Because if they showed 15 minutes of Mike Vecchione,
oh yeah, I mean everybody has like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because all the Comedy Central roasts that you do see the finished product, they only do a few minutes of each guy, but some of them were up there for like over a half an hour roasting the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah.
And they can only select a few of the jokes to
This
put
was
on.
like an unedited, like just in a comedy club.
Oh, hell
very, intimate setting. I think it was at the Creek in the Cave.
Did you watch the Bert Kreischer one?
The Roast of Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
When did that come out?
It was on fucking OnlyFans.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah.
God damn
God, Adam lost his headset again.
This is the second. I gotta itch my ear, man.
This is the second fucking time.
I'm trying to itch my ear and the headset fell off again.
Oh.
God damn it.
It was on a female comics OnlyFans. She produced it.
Is it Adriana Chechik?
No.
I know that she was big on Two Bears for a little
why
bit.
am I spacing this right now? I can't remember her name right now, but it's on her OnlyFans. That was Tom Segura didn't even show up to it, dude. Yeah, he didn't even show up to his best friend's roast.
I've seen a lot of like podcast detectives who are like, this is what's really going on behind the scenes of Two Bears, One Cave. Actually, Bert and Tom aren't good friends. As you can see by their last 4 episodes, they've only been in person once. It's like, what?
Well, they're both fucking busy.
I mean,
guys,
they're both
dude.
doing gnarly
they're
tours.
They're multi-millionaires.
They're doing like 4 flights a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom's busy, dude.
Yeah. I would love to see him live, dude.
Did you watch The Machine? Fucking disappointing.
I couldn't make it more than halfway through,
It was so bad.
The 4th time they brought up Bert Kreischer's big tits, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Dude, it's so bad. Like, if you're going to throw that much money into something, just give it away. Like,
it's essentially what they did.
Yeah.
They sold it to Netflix to try and make back a little revenue because it was such a flop at the box office.
No shit, dude. It's terrible. Think I was going to pay money to see that? You're high.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not like a Bert hater, but I have friends who are like...
I'm not a Bert hater, but that was bad product. Yeah. I'm not going to say it wasn't.
I have friends who are huge fans of Bert. Just because like I have like people who are my friends who are super into stand-up are like, or not super into, but like casual viewers of stand-up, you know? They're always like, oh, have you seen the new Matt Rife and fucking Bert Kreischer specials?
I got a few of those,
I'm like, man, like, they aren't like the whole umbrella of comedy.
Like, man, you don't understand comedy.
I have a playlist of 50 specials that I think are way better than the newest Matt Rife special, man. Come on. You want some?
If somebody brings up Matt Rife in comedy to me, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
invalid.
Yeah, dude, I just kind of check out of the conversation mentally.
I have a couple coworkers who you keep being like, oh, did you watch the new Ricky Gervais special? And I'm like, no, Ricky Gervais.
I like Ricky Gervais. Like some of his comedy just nowadays is not that awesome.
It's trigger bait. All it is
that's all it is. But I mean, his shit in the past, he's a really good writer. Yeah. I respect him as a writer, you know.
As a comedic actor, he's hilarious. Yeah. I loved him on Louis. whenever he was on, have you seen Louis at all?
I've seen some of it.
He plays his doctor.
I really want to watch it though.
Oh my God, I'm slurring my words and I haven't even been drinking.
You are.
You can use my login to watch Louis. That's what I was gonna say.
What is it on?
It's on Louis C.K.'s website.
Oh, it's not on anything else now.
Well, it aired on FX.
Yeah, but it's not on Hulu.
No.
Damn.
Like he did the original Andrew Schultz thing where he bought the rights back for his show, so he could self-release it. He does that with everything now. Like all of his specials, you can just purchase them on his website straight from him. I didn't even know that. Yeah, after he got canceled, all of his shit got dropped. But he was just like, why don't I just like buy back my? I've
heard the other album, like what he came out with like 2 albums out after he was canceled, wasn't it? It was like an apology or like something like. The title of it was kind of like an apology, but I'm not really that sorry about it or something.
I'm sorry, but not really. Maybe something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I'm not like the biggest Louis fan. I love Louis. Whenever when I was first getting into comedy, he was like still on the rise,
popping.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Like I think like the first special that really got me into like stand up. Which is, and this, I hate saying this because there's so many other comics that I like loved when I was growing up. Like the first comedian that I ever watched, the first like stand up bit that I like recognized as like, this is just a dude telling jokes at a microphone. And I was like 5 years old, was like Jim Gaffigan and his Hot Pockets bit.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm talking about?
How old were you? 5?
5. My parents.
Yeah, I know the Hot Pocket bit.
My parents were just showing me that on YouTube.
See, my first introduction to comedy probably was into like, well, my dad growing up, I had divorced parents, so that means I got to spend a lot of amount of time with one and a little amount of time with the other.
Sure.
And on the car rides to my dad's, he had a cassette of Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Himself. It's called his self-titled album, Bill Cosby Himself. Mm-hmm. And that shit was so fucking fun. Like that, I was just in the back of the truck, like listening, and I'm like, this is like, I would just laughing to myself listening to this shit. And I'm like, this is fucking good.
I remember.
That's when I first realized I was like, comedy's fucking awesome.
Yeah. When I was in 4th grade, around Christmas time, and we were like all working on like art projects and like just at our desk, my teacher would throw on Bill Cosby albums because they're just like fun, like very childish stories and that are like safe.
Exactly. They're
clean.
It's clean, even though he sure as fuck wasn't.
When I was in 6th grade, I don't know if your school ever did this. Do you know what forensics is?
I mean, I know what the word means. Yeah.
Not like forensic science, like for like NCIS or anything like that. Forensics is like it's like basically like just giving speeches.
No.
Like public speaking.
No.
So that was like a required thing to do at my school, was like pick this like a piece of literature, like a piece of like a 4-page thing of prose or some poems.
That's wild.
And you have to publicly say them, and then they give you a score, and then you get like a medal or something like that.
What the fuck?
It was just like a public speaking thing that we did. But I remember doing some poems or something. Like when I was in 5th grade, I did Beowulf, which is just like Nordic legends of like a knight. And I was like, oh man, this really wasn't capturing the attention of the audience. This year I'm going to do something funny. Cause like even as like a kid, I really enjoyed like getting a room of people to laugh. So I was like, why don't I just do some fucking Bill Cosby? And as a 6th grader, I did a snowball bit, if you know what that one is. And I think the bit ends with like him throwing like he pissed into the snow and he made a snowball out of it, and he throws it at somebody, a yellow snowball.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that bit, and like my mom was helping me on like the delivery and stuff like that. So even like from a young age, I still like remember like practicing like comedic storytelling.
That's wild.
And then when I was in like 8th grade, my buddy showed me Bo Burnham. He's like, "Oh, have you ever seen this?" And then it was more in like the Bo Burnham, like he's definitely more of like a one-man show kind of thing, because he does a lot of like singer-songwriter stuff, but it's still comedic.
Yeah. I put him in the category of that, it starts with a D. He does all the fucking tripod fucking, like pictures and, what the fuck is his name? I think it starts with a D. He popped for a while. He's like a really good writer, but he does his comedy on like pictures, and he has like a fucking
like a slideshow presentation.
Yeah,
I know I've seen who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
Fuck is his name, dude?
Fuck it.
The
last 30 seconds are about to be scrapped.
Yeah, straight up scrapped.
But yeah, that was like the first introduction of me getting into comedy. And then like, I think we talked about this. Maybe I talked about this on this podcast. It could have been another one. Because I was recently on the Twin Ports podcast. Yeah. But
I'll blank that out.
We don't support local comedy. But doing like improv speeches in my high school speech class. Like we had a substitute that day and he like had no idea what the fuck was going on. So he's like, we're just going to do some improv. Try and like sell me a product. And he would like give us a random product. And I remember going up in front of class and he's like, all right, Adam, you have to do an advertisement of the socks that I'm wearing right now. Try and sell me my own socks. Some like stupid Wolf of Wall. He like obviously just watched Wolf of Wall Street the night
sell
before.
Sell me your own socks, kid.
Sell me a pen. He's like, well, I can't do that. These kids don't know what I'm into.
Sell me the laces off your shoes.
Yeah. So I remember
this could become a nice noose real quick. You feeling down today?
Christ.
Just look down. You'll find your way out.
But I remember this teacher like put his his foot on the desk that he was sitting at, and he was just like, you got to sell me these shoes or these socks. And then I was like joking around being like, oh, you're so gross that like those socks were probably white when you first bought them, and they were like brown socks. Yeah. And the crowd starts laughing.
The class.
The crowd. At this point in time, it was a crowd. This was my stand-up audience.
My first crowd.
Yeah. Going up there, start doing some bits about a cat licking my ass. Just in front of high schoolers.
Just never happened yet. Just premonitions. I had a dream.
And like that was probably like the first time that I ever was like, oh, I could be like a funny guy. And so when I remember also like making so in my biology class, my sophomore year, we had like a really chill teacher who was like, oh, if you want to make like a cheesy rap video about biology and you show it in front of class, I'll give you extra credit. Counts as like an A as a test grade. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm not passing this class. I'm just gonna do this video. I made 4 videos. I made 4 biology rap videos because I sucked so bad at biology. I ended that class with a B. I had 4 extra A test grades and I ended with a B because I was just so dog shit at biology. But yeah, all those videos were such a fucking blast to make. Just like having a buddy spend the night on a weekend. We're just gonna make a video about biology and like make it super ironic. Like I'm trying to even remember like things that we did. Like we went out to like a playground and then we like put on like shitty beads and stuff like that and like oversized jeans and stuff like that. We were like, yo, yeah, I'm MC Low and this is my buddy J-Bone. And we're gonna talk to you about the mitochondria. And it's just so dog shit, but we're like, fuck it, it's a test grade. We'll take it.
Yeah, right? It'll keep me from failing this class.
Yeah. And it's just like the most virgin high school shit, but that's like the fun kind of skits that I would do with my buddies. We should do some more of those.
We should.
Ironic music videos are hilarious.
Yeah, they are. I love them. I always, whenever I'm listening to a song, I like create different lyrics to it anyways, so I need to just write them down. I don't know if you've heard the White Stripes. What is that song?
7 Nation Army.
No,
Icky Thump.
God. Icky Thump, yeah.
Who'd have thought Icky Thump on a love sitting drunk on a wagon in Mexico?
Yeah, I changed that to Icky Thump has a bump on his rump on his way back from Mexico. And he can just start a story off of that. about why he has a bump on his rump in Mexico. Or on why he got it on his way back from Mexico.
Hey, if the White Stripes are listening to this podcast, we think you got to go back to the
origins.
Yeah, go back to the right. You got to put pen to paper. You got to go back to the writing room. And change this song to something about a drunk dude coming from Mexico to something being in his ass.
Yeah, dude. Jack White is a great lyricist.
Yeah.
Jack White is badass. I mean, he did a great song with that song. A great job with that song, but
this is my workout.
I want to make it. I want to make it funny. It's on my liked playlist on Spotify.
What is that instrument? Is that a keytar that they have? They just have keytar solos in the middle of it?
Dude, I don't... I think he can play any fucking instrument.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty sure he's fluent in every instrument as if it were a language.
Well, all those... Like, any top musician is like a genius when it comes to like music theory. Yeah. And you can just pick something up and be like, oh, where's G?
I wonder what happened to the chick.
They were married for a while, weren't
they? Were they married?
I want to say
I thought that was his sister.
I think they were married and then they got divorced.
Okay. That makes sense. He has a son now. You know, I remember in that video he had his young kid in it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, you ever watch like old school? You liked Slipknot, didn't you?
Oh, I fucking love Slipknot.
What's there's a music video that Slipknot recorded.
There's a lot of music videos.
Well, yeah, there's one in particular where they just like they bought like a house out in
just that creepy old fucking house with the farmland and shit. I think it's
and they had like a rager inside this house and people are breaking all that shit.
Yeah.
I think that's
that's Before I Forget, or no,
it's one of their like top songs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This is the second time we're doing this episode.
I know.
Fuck. Let's look it up. Slipknot. Slipcock.
Whoa. Slipcocked.
Duality? No. Yeah, it is Duality.
Is it Duality? Or
I'm pretty sure. If not, it's not Psychosocial.
Could be.
No, because Psychosocial is the one where they're in that big white
farm.
room.
Their videos skip around a lot, dude.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. Duality.
Yeah, Duality.
Because they just got like a crowd of their fans at this house. Like, I'm pretty sure they just like borrowed this house from somebody, like just a local family in this town. Mm-hmm. And they had all of these people over at this house, and they just threw a rager. And I remember they like bought the property after the music video because of all of the damage.
They trashed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, surprise! Like, of course, it's kind of shitty that they trashed this place.
It's a 9-man band, dude.
On top of that,
shit's gonna get wild.
They had like 500 people inside.
Yeah, it's gonna get wild.
You ever been in like a crazy house party like that where there's just
you ever
wall to
seen
wall?
Slipknot? It's fucking wild.
I've never been to a metal show.
No.
I really want to go see Deftones.
Okay.
They're more new metal though.
Yeah.
But they're still.
It's hard to see the old metal because they're not all together anymore.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of the bands that I really like are like. They have a lot of darkness surrounding. Like, my favorite band is Alice in Chains.
Yeah, I know.
And, like, you can't see... I mean, you can see them live, but it's just not the same without Lane Staley.
Yeah.
They replaced the singer in, like, 2008.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I forgot his name, though. But, I mean... And, of course, Jerry Cantrell, their guitarist, was kind of, like, the spearhead of that whole band. Like, Alice in Chains... Most Alice in Chains songs would not be anything without Jerry Cantrell's,
Yeah, it's like Slipknot, where it's like if Corey Taylor didn't want to do it, they'd be fucked. He's like the lead singer, and he's also part of a couple different bands, I believe.
I mean, that's like not like an uncommon thing. There's usually like one creative force kind of directing a whole band, and they kind of all just kind of pile on top of this.
I don't know if the lead guitarist left too. The dude with like the metal mask. He had like the metal looking mask with like the couple 3 or 4 slits in front of his mouth.
I don't know. Do you remember Hollywood Undead, dude?
Oh, fucking dude! I fucking love Hollywood Undead.
That was the other band.
That was the first.
I guess more like, rap group.
Yeah, they're more of a rap. They're rap grunge.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they did a cover of "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin.
What?
It's the strangest vibe switch that I've ever heard from them.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that if they didn't,
I'll have to look that one up.
If it's not Immigrant Song, they definitely did a Led Zeppelin cover because I was in like I knew Hollywood Undead when I was like growing up, like 10 years old.
Hollywood Undead and Bloodhound Gang.
I don't know Bloodhound Gang.
You don't know Bloodhound Gang?
No.
The Discovery Channel song? You never heard that?
No.
You and me, baby, we ain't nothing but mammals. Let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel.
I've never heard that.
Oh, it's so fire. You never seen the movie Gamer?
Mm-mm.
What? What the fuck, Adam? What the fuck, man? You're a gamer, bro. You gotta watch the movie Gamer, dude. It's fire. It's sick. It's like a futuristic world, you know, where basically
it's like Ready Player One almost, or like Tron.
Somewhat in a different way. So in this world of Gamer, the prison system is used as players, or like as in the game players, and then you can either be like a player or a watcher, like in the world of society. And that's what's crazy, is there's a game called Society, and you can either work in society or play in society. So you pay to play, or you get paid to be a player.
It's like Westworld meets Hunger Games.
Yeah, and like while you're in the game, like if you're being played, you don't have control over your body. You don't remember what's happened or what's going on until like you clock out. It's like a job. You clock in and like your brain fucking goes away basically.
Weird.
And they take the prisons, like all the prisoners and stuff that sign it up. Like if you win a certain X amount of matches, you get set free. But you can't control yourself. You're being played by some kid, you know?
Weird.
And fucking...
They're like real stakes to this shit,
too. For real,
dudes just die while they're blacked out, not even knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
At least you don't know. At least you don't see death coming.
And
your brain shut off.
It's such a fucking crazy movie, dude. But I think you would really like it. It's such a good movie.
Have you ever seen Westworld before?
No.
It's an HBO show. It's a great show. The first season's really good. There's 3 seasons total. I think the second one kind of starts being meh, and then the third one I've heard is just trash. But the whole concept.
So watch season 1.
Yeah, I mean it ties itself in a knot pretty nicely.
Okay.
In the first season, it leaves like a cliffhanger, but like it's more of like a world expansion type cliffhanger at the end of it. So it's more like, so the whole concept of Westworld is like these, you know, uber rich people in the future. They go to this big facility that's literally just like the size of the Grand Canyon. Like if a company just like owned the Grand Canyon and were able to like excavate. And like build their own shit. So like this big company built like a big Wild West town, and they built these androids that are very like, it's essentially they just like make humans, but they're robots, and they like program to like have jobs inside this town. And like these rich people will go to this town and play like act like they're in the Wild West, but like there's no consequences if they just decide to shoot
a robot.
Yeah. And then like people will fix up these robots and send them in the next day. And like wipe their memory. It's a sick show.
Weird.
And like the premise of the show is that these robots start waking up and like remembering the things that these humans did to them, and then they start fucking up the humans that are like just paying to be there.
Yeah, dude, I like this.
It's sick.
I want to see this now. I'm gonna watch that for sure.
It's a very like a lot of the themes in that show are like playing God, and like I think some of it is reminiscent of like Frankenstein, like creating life and stuff like that. It's very interesting. It's a very fun show.
Did you see The 100?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was pretty good. It's a CW show.
Okay.
It's like after Earth, but Earth is still here. Like, we fucked up Earth so bad with radiation that it was unlivable. So, like, they built a space station, basically.
Okay.
To house humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And
kind of like Interstellar.
Yeah, kind of. But it had been up there for like, I don't know, over 100 years. And they had no idea what's going on the ground. It was like unlivable still. They kept like sending pods down.
Oh, dude. This is sorry not to get
No,
like,
go
off
ahead.
topic or anything like that, but we were talking about my cat earlier.
Yeah.
And I watched a show with my cat last night.
What, you did?
Yeah. Dude, my cat was getting super invested in The Legend of Korra, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Right
Avatar for the win.
Right as it went to the credits, the cat got up and walked away, and I was like, no. I'll get another episode.
Wait. Hold on. Next episode.
Netflix is about to go to autoplay. Just take a seat. And it took his seat back down and watched the second episode with me. I just wanted to rewatch the Avatar 1 episodes. The one with the first Avatar meeting Rava.
Yeah.
I'm a huge geek for Avatar, dude.
Where do they got that on?
Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix?
Yeah, I don't know if Netflix like owns the rights to it.
No, they rent the rights.
Okay.
I think that's what Netflix does. Is they rent the rights unless it's like says Netflix original on it.
Oh shit. Well, they are making a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's coming out in February 22nd.
Is Nickelodeon not a thing anymore then?
I mean, most network TV, like television,
yeah,
they can't really keep up with streaming services. And like whatever they're not airing, it's just like, fuck it, we'll just like rent this out to another place.
I don't think Nickelodeon is a thing anymore because you can watch all the old Nickelodeon like shows and stuff from like my era on
Hulu. Isn't it on Hulu?
It might be. There's another.
I remember watching Drake and Josh on Hulu.
It's called like Cartoon Locker. I think it's called. They got like Codename Kids Next Door on there.
Oh, word.
Yeah. You ever seen that?
I remember it being like on at like hotels that I was at, but it was like nothing. It was like it wasn't something that I would flip on.
Rocket League.
Not the game.
No, it was called Team Rocket. No, I think it was called Rocket League. It was about like a bunch of kids living in like California. They were skaters and surfers and snowboarders. They liked extreme sports.
Okay.
It was totally up my alley. I was like, fuck yeah.
They had like a Daredevil show on when I was a kid called Kick Buttowski.
What?
His name was Kick Buttowski.
I don't remember that.
Kick Buttowski. It was a Disney show.
Nope, definitely don't remember that one. I remember like Kim Possible.
I remember Kim Possible.
Disney.
That was on its way out when I was
that's
up,
one of the reasons I probably like thick chicks.
Fair enough.
That thick bottom. Gotta love that bootay. Hey. Ho ho.
Yeah, we've talked about cartoons before though. Oh yeah, gaming, shit talking while we're playing games.
Yeah.
I was playing a game earlier today and I was shit talking the other team. I was playing CS before I drove over here, and every time I was winning a round, I was typing in the chat, "Huzzah! The day is won."
Hell yes.
The other team was getting so annoyed with it. I would type "Huzzah," and they're like, "We get it. You won the day." And I was just like, "I have won the day.
I have won the day."
And like when my teammates were like not fighting and like just like hiding in a corner, I'd be like, "Die with honor and fight for your queen."
The fuck.
That's probably the most fun that I've had shit talking. When people start getting real like nasty in the voice chat though, like if someone's just like clearly had a terrible day and they're just mean to me, I'll just be like, "Man, it's not your fault that your parents divorced, man. I know you're taking it real hard, but just get real personal with them."
I know you just found out that your dad is in the closet, but I mean, life goes on, brother.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to lift them up, but you're just pointing out very personal stuff about them.
Totally, dude. Oh, I know you went viral, but it was for that, incest video you posted online. A positive and then a negative.
Yeah. It's like the criticism Oreo. You know what I'm talking about? You give them a positive, then you give them a negative that they need to work on.
And then you give them a positive
give them a
again.
Positive.
Yeah. So then it's like,
hey, man, I understand you've had a bad day, but your parents do still love you, even though they don't really act like it, and they wish that you weren't born deep inside. But hey, man, I hope your day gets better.
Yeah.
Just be rude.
It's caring.
Yeah.
It's rude, but it's real. But it's caring.
You showed me this box of fireworks.
Oh, yeah. I'm a bag of dynamite.
Yeah. It reminded me of and this is the last thing. This is the last stupid story I'll say, because we're over time here.
I know.
But when I was in high school, there was like a big snowstorm, and my buddy drove down like 30 minutes to the city, and we like knew that we had school called out for the next day. So I was like,
right.
I had like another friend over, and we like snuck out of my parents' house while we were in high school. Buddy came and scooped us up, and we were just driving around while a blizzard was going on. Very unsafe to do, but we were just high schoolers doing dumb shit. And then my buddy who was driving, he pulls the car over, and he's like, "Hey guys, come out with me." And he opens his trunk, and he shows us just like like those pill speakers, the Beats by Dre pill speakers, you know? It was like one of those, but it was just an explosive device. And he was just like, yeah, this is like a pipe bomb.
Hell yeah.
And he was just like, what should we do with it? And there was another kid who was like fucking with our friend group. He ratted on the whole friend group for like vaping in school or something like that.
Let's go blow up his car.
We wanted to go blow up his mailbox.
Yeah.
Because it happened like the day before.
Yeah, just a federal offense.
Yeah. So we were like, oh man, we don't even know where he lives. And somebody's like, oh, I know where he lives, but it's like 30 minutes away. And we're like, fuck that. There's a blizzard going on. Let's just put it in a random person's
The blizzard
mailbox.
will cover your tracks.
Yeah,
Quite literally.
But we were lazy. We put it in just a random person's mailbox. This is a terrible story.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the statute of limitations is
Probably not.
lifted on this. I'm just admitting to a crime. But we put the thing in the mailbox, and my buddy, he goes up. We're like probably 20 feet away watching him put it in there, and he lights it with his lighter, and he starts running away, and he's running, he's like trotting almost, and he's going, run, and we just like me and my buddy are just like standing there like, oh, is it gonna be like bad? Like, because he didn't tell us how crazy this fucking explosive was, and he's like sprinting, and we're like, okay.
He was trotting. I was still trying to imagine him trotting.
He's just giddy with excitement over this person's personal property about to be destroyed. We start running away. He's like,
fuck this guy's mail.
We want to see the damage, but he's like he's not looking back. And we start like running backwards a little bit just to see the damage, and then boom, this thing just explodes. The shockwave shatters a few windows on this person's their front deck.
Holy fuck.
And then we see the mailbox go over their 2-story house, just into their backyard. And we're like, get to the car. Just drove away.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. I had a buddy blow up. It wasn't my buddy who did it. It was my buddy's brother who like put a stick of dynamite in somebody's mailbox.
God, what is it with wanting?
His fucking mailboxes, people.
What is it with mailboxes?
Put a fucking slot door on your door, or get one of those ones right outside your door on the wall of your house.
Yeah, that's what I got.
So don't get a mailbox, because someday, somewhere, some kid will come along with an explosive and fuck that shit up.
If not, somebody will be standing in somebody's truck bed with a baseball bat, like it's bench warmers.
Yeah, fucking. Like John Heater, it rings his hand and he fucking no, that was David Spade that it rings his hand. Yeah. John Heater hits the fucking window, just smashes out the window. He's like, "You're lucky I'm a billionaire." Fucking, oh god, dude, John Lovitz. I love John Lovitz. Yeah, he's such a fucking character, dude.
That's such a classic comedy movie. It's one of those like stupid funny movies. You know what I mean?
It's one of the better Adam Sandler movies.
He's not even in it, but
it's an Adam Sandler movie.
It, though. Yeah.
It's an Adam Sandler movie. It's Happy Madison.
It's better than Deuce Bigalow, that's for sure.
All right, rip on Rob Schneider much? No,
Rob Schneider's in Benchwarmers.
Yeah, I know, but he's the main character of Deuce Bigalow.
He's also the main character in Benchwarmers.
Oh, he is.
I love the Benchwarmers.
I know,
as
but
far as Rob Schneider movies go, Deuce
I know.
Bigelow is not his IMDb highlight.
Yeah, for sure. Or European Gigolo. By that matter, they did 2. They did 2 of them, man. Oh, he was hard up for cash. He just needed more credits or something. I don't know.
Fuck it,
he was already on SNL and shit. Like,
yeah.
They had, I imagine their lives were pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I mean, a roller coaster for sure. I don't know how they grew up or anything, but I love David Spade.
That whole group is amazing.
He's one of my comedic idols for sure.
One of my favorite comedy movies growing up was definitely...
Mine's Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy?
That's my favorite fucking...
what's the one that came, like, about the... It's like the summer vacation where they go to the big house.
Oh, fucking...
Grown Ups.
Yeah. Dude, talking about the only one that plays on TBS or whatever.
Yeah.
like
that came out, like...
Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2 are just on a constant revolution.
Grown Ups 2 sucked. I remember
they were both all right. I thought 2 was pretty funny in like some respects.
Yeah, but it was just like one of those it was like a sequel movie where it's just like they're trying to up the ante on like crazy shit that middle-aged dads are doing.
Well, that's what they are, you know. Yeah. So that's what they got to play with.
So yeah, I don't know. Grown Ups was the first one was one of my favorites growing up. But
and Switch. And Switch.
Oh yeah, looking at the hot daughter.
Switch. Yeah.
Rob Schneider's sexy daughters.
You're like, that came from you? No. No. That one for sure.
Yeah.
The third daughter. No, we're gonna get you a one piece. David Spade.
The polo outfit.
They were all out of those so we stopped at the Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
Mine.
I got mine at Stop and Shop.
Yeah, it's fucking. She's got the water cap and shit.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh, Steve Buscemi is a legend of the game,
Steve Buscemi.
He's such an odd-looking man.
Fucking crazy eyes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen
It says Oreos and Skittles. Just how you like it.
He's a good actor too. Like,
no, for real.
Apart from like his hilarious comedic appearances in like
he
movies
has
where
some
he's
serious dramas. Yeah.
In Fargo. He's in Fargo.
Is he?
Yeah.
Which season is Fargo? Is he?
The movie.
Oh, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched that.
He plays one of the people who like kidnaps the dude's wife.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. We're getting on to another movie
Holy
rant.
shit. Where are we?
We're
there.
We're there, folks.
We're here.
We've delivered you an hour of content. Over an hour of content. Now it is time for us to say goodbye.
Yeah. From us to you. Hope you guys have a great morning, day, night, whatever it is right now.
Love you.
Love you.
Say hey to the wife and kids for me. Mwah.